Kunyaring, ano yan, spontaneity. Contrived authenticity ang tawag ko dyan. Alright.
Correct.
Okay, let's get the ball rolling. All right. Welcome back everyone, including yung mga nagbabash sa akin the whole day from the usual camps. Mukhang dami na naman nagalit sa akin. Bahala na kayo kay Senator Trillanes. He has his own thing. I said my own thing. Okay. Medyo mainit-init kanina sa Twitter, back and forth. But I tried to end the day on a nice note. Kaya today, we have a very special guest na holds... tie yata sila nung guest natin kahapon for the longest ever podcast episodes I've done to this date. No, close to 3 hours yung last episode namin. And this is a person actually I have a lot of respect for. Hindi obvious, pero actually I have a lot of respect for. At hindi Ronald Llamas ang pangalan. Alright? Today, kasama po natin, no less than the Lourd, the Veyra. Thank you very much, sir, for joining us. Wala akong yung mga si Xiao Chua may ganun eh. May mga buzzer siya. Kailangan na ganun. Kamusta, sir?
Hello, Richard.
Kamusta, Lourd?
You look neither desperate nor distressed.
Yeah, you stole my line, my friend. So, my friend, di ba, ang agreement natin is not to have an interview, to have a casual meeting today. Panindigan natin itong casual meeting. Ang earlier version was social meeting, pero since hindi tayo in person, Lord, casual meeting muna tayo. Casual lang. So, speaking of casual.
Okay, for the record, 2015, si Leni, nung nagka-campaign, ay nagpunta na ng Davao yun. As tinanggap niya siya wholeheartedly. So, may ganyan-ganyan sila. Mm-hmm.
You mean they have a rapport? Kasi we saw that in picture in 2015, yung kumain sila sa karinderya sa Davao. Sobrang chummy-chums.
Oo. Diba? Kasama yun.
What do you mean by that, Lord? In a sense that there is a personal rapport that transcends political disagreements and divergence? Or is it because Leni is so anti-Marcos kasi yun ang raison d'etre niya that perhaps makes her a little bit less, I don't know. Kasi from what I understand, you tell me, Lord, in 2016, maraming bumoto sa Mindanao kay Leni. And that was the edge yet, kaya natalo niya. Oh, sorry na sa mga kapsat. Natalo talaga si BBM doon. And then, nung 2022, may Robredo, Sara Duterte na pinupush ng tao. And I remember, FVR, God bless his soul, he mentioned Robredo, Rodrigo back in 2016. So, you're into something in a sense that I've been hearing this from very informed people here and there throughout the past 6-7 years. So, is it the enemy of my enemy is my casual meeting friend, casual meeting, ganun. What is your read on this, Lord?
Posibleng ganyan. Pero hindi natin alam eh. Baka naman polite lang talaga yung si Leni at tinanggap lang. Alam mo, mas interested ako pag-usapan itong biglang sudden tactic ng marami na supposedly senatoriables dapat. Kayla de Lima, Chel Jokno.
Right.
Na going local, pare. Di ba? Strategiya, no? Galing, no? Kasi dahil ba sa teknolohiya, dahil ba sa coverage, sa isang simpleng hearing, ang exposure mo ay parang exposure na rin ng nandoon sa upper chamber.
Ako itong read ko, Lord, I don't know if you agree with me. First, one of the big reversal we have seen in the past years, I don't know kung kasalanan ni Robin Hood Padilla yan, or Jonathan Morales yan, or Bato, is that Congress, for the first time, the lower house looks more upper house. Right? Yes. And the upper house, of course, there's Risa and Sherwin, all the good stuff. But we have so many clown show hearings. No offense talaga, yung mga urge, yung mga ganyan. Wala kang ngayon sa Congress. At nakita mo, mas yari si Harry the Manhunt. Harry Roque under Manhunt doon sa Congress kaysa sa Senate. Sa Senate, nakakapusit games pa siya eh. Yari siya doon sa baba. At even the Shimenot was supposed to come. Risa was almost there, pero kinuha nila Franz Castro and all, yung Shimenot moment sa kanya. So, this is one reversal that actually biglang pogi na yung Congress. Ironically, no? And then pangalawa...
Supposedly, oo.
Yeah.
Dahil ba mas may alam sa parliamentary procedure. Albawa, yung dalawang congressman na nagsisigawan the other day, ang galing. 1 minute recess agad. Para pakalamayan lahat. Walang gumawa nung hearing ni Sara sa di ba? Budget hearing sa Senate. Yung supposedly yung medyo sagutan na could have been prevented kung may nag-reset. Kung may
right.
suspend lang nun sandali. Pero hinayaan eh. Parang, yan ang problema pag wala ka ng mga drill-on, yung mga kabisabi, mga parliamentary
Yeah.
procedures.
Correct, correct.
Oo. Sa Congress naman, hindi ko alam kung mga mga legal bodies yung mga umuupo sa mga hearing, pero at
Marami.
least mas
Actually,
guided
karamihan
sila.
abogado nga eh. Actually, karamihan
Yes,
abogado.
tama.
Mas
Yeah,
mataas yung share
tama
ng
ka.
abogado. I think 75% yung share ng
Correct.
abogado sa Congress. Again, doesn't mean na mas magaling ka kung abogado ka. But I'm saying,
Hindi,
there are
oo.
times
Pero,
na kung Squid Game ang katapat mo, like si Manhunt Roque, you need to have legalists also eh. Pang tapat sa
yes,
kanya.
tama. Pero, Richard, ito interesting of course, I work for a news organization, ano. Ang taas ng views nitong mga hearings na ito, both sa Senate at sa Congress. What does that tell you about?
Hindi lang yun, bro. Bro, there's so many YouTube channels. All they do is just to repost hearings ni Rafi Tulfo. 1 million views each. I was thinking to make a second business of just commenting on hearings. Kung may team lang ako, Lord, yun ang gagawin ko. It's a very sustainable business model. Please, wag niyo
Yeah.
nakawin yung... Pero bro, did you ever think in the US, alam mo yung C-SPAN, di ba yun ang version nila? My joke to America, tell me which congressman or senator in the US can get millions of views on C-SPAN. They were jaw drop. I said, guess what? In the Philippines, we have people doing that. And one of them, or one of the brothers, could be the next president, right? Na kapatid natin sa TV51 News. So, I think definitely that's an interesting thing. Hindi lang sa hearing sa Congress, but sa Senate. And I think...
Oy, pero mag-ingat ka, Richard, ang video mo, depende kung sinong gagamit, can be edited and used for their purposes. I'm
Sure.
sure marami nang gumagawa niyan ngayon.
Absolutely. Editing, tapos may alterations and all of that. Kaya I hope YouTube also takes care of yung mga alterations na. Kasi
Ay, nako.
when you
Si
upload,
Manong
you
Ted
have to...
Filon,
Oo.
halimbawa, Ted Filon.
Sige,
Yan.
ano?
Kaya kailangan niya minsan
Ingat siya, oo.
uh,
Parang preemptive.
mag-ingat
Preemptive.
kasi alam niya,
I-ano nila.
kasi ginagamit ng mga, halimbawa, ng mga ilang mga pro-DDS yung ano niya, pag may comment siya against, to be fair, si Manong Ted, very fair naman.
Every
Manong
admin he
yan, no?
criticizes, in fairness to him.
Yeah,
I mean,
oo.
paras
Pero,
tayo. Yeah, paras kami.
Chinatsane at ginagamit. So lumalabas ngayon, pag nagsiscroll ka ngayon doon sa yung ano ng YouTube, ano, parang si ganyan, binanatan si ganyan. So kung hindi ka maingat at face value mo lang tiningnan yun, yari ka. Maapektado yung ano mo.
But bro,
Ikaw,
unavoidable
Pandaman,
yun.
marami kang best
I've been
friends.
experiencing this since 2016 when the DDS would
Yes.
use my clips from, kunyari sabi ko, we need to be less dependent on the US, we have to explore engagement with China. Tas pinamukha nila na pro-digong ako or pro-China or pro-US. Yung mga ganon. So unfortunately, it's just part of the game. So it's important you push back also and you're proactive. But yes, at the same time, I hope kung may altered document. Kasi marami rin deepfake, cheapfake na yun, di ba? Medyo nakakatakot na rin.
Sinabi mo.
So last week I interviewed si Prime Minister Sikorski ng Poland. Asawa niya si Anne Applebaum, yung Pulitzer winner writer on Ukraine famine, on Russia. So these people are solid. And he said, pati siya na deepfake siya ng Russia na. And yung group na wanted to hack his account, yung Fancy Bear dot something like that. Basta Fancy Bear tapos binaliktad yung Google something. Nagets niya na hacker yan. He didn't open it but they sent the same link to Hillary, binuksan ni Hillary kaya na-booking siya. One reason Trump won. So actually deep fake is also a serious problem wala nung time ni Digong. Ngayon meron na, tsaka you can do it at very cheap. But bro, let me also add that the second reason I think also is for a long time, marami nagsasabi, even sa akbayan, no? Yung mga kaibigan natin sa akbayan ng different parties, na you have to start from grassroots and from the local. And if there's something that Duterte showed, is that if you go local, you can go national even stronger. Whether it's Exhibit A as mayor, that's why Sentry Trillanes is running as Caloocan City Mayor. The model of Isko perhaps didn't work as well at the presidential level, but it put him on the map in ways it would never be. And Vico is still in conversation as the next president, right? So, I think there's that. And then, praktikalan lang, pare. Walang perang oposisyon. Talagang grabe yung dagsa ng pera ng dalawang kampo. Ngayon, labasan ng troll. I'm seeing troll farms are operating. Post I had against Duterte 3 months ago, biglang may 10 troll ngayon. Parang, wow, medyo late reaction. But that means, may budget na ngayon, may troll farm na ngayon,
Meron.
pare. Walang opposition,
Meron.
pobre ang opposition ngayon. So, realistically, maybe best you work it from below. And going back to Leni Robredo, I think her strategy is correct. If she does very well in Naga, which is almost 100%, I'm sure there'll be conversation for Leni to run again in 2028, which raises some interesting questions. So what happens to Risa? And I don't know, I'm sure you listen to some of, I know you're one of the fans of my great show. One of the
Of
conversation,
course. Ako nagpapa number 5 na top 3 na
great
sa'yo.
people, amazing people.
And the best words, the best
Huge.
minds.
Greatest people. They
Crowd
say.
size.
Fake news, fake news. No, I mean, seriously, going back to this. Oy, number 5 na ako, ah. I mean, going back to this. Yung mga pasimpleng Trump, no? Going back to this, bro. No. I mean, there is conversation of Risa, Rafi, tipping up. Parang, Rari, right? Something like that. Parang double R&R din, di ba? So, it's an interesting
R&R.
conversation. But if
Yeah, oo.
But if Leni wants to run for president, there's no way Risa will team up with Tulfo. It will be Risa Leni. Diba? So, I mean, it's just weird. And then Grace po is still number 1 in the service for vice president. Probably she's gonna go for maging bukas ng DLG secretary. May maraming kabinete yata bubukas dun eh. So, I don't know, bro. So, I think that makes sense for... And speaking of Mark Gamboa, andito siya, attorney Gamboa.
Pero
Kasi,
Mark, ito Mark.
si Mark ngayon nanonood sa atin. Actually, Mark was also one of the persons said, ba't hindi kayo mag-party list? Si Diwata nga, bubukas na siya ng party list na ng mga street vendors.
Seryoso ka?
Seryoso
Talaga?
ako. Baka si Rosemar, magpa-party list din na. I don't know. Tayo, gawa ka tayong party list ng contractors. Yun ang pinakagusto ko, contractors party.
Meron ha. Meron.
Oh, shit. Like,
Anong party list mo, if ever, itatayo?
0.6%. Yung version ni Ronald, gawin namin party list,
Pwede.
0.6 movement.
Oo.
Diba?
Pero doon sa isang podcast na kasi yun eh. Diba? Ikaw dapat
Shogun.
may sarili ka rin.
Gawa
A
tayo.
fam.
Vlog.
A fam. A fam.
Favorite afam ko talaga yung si Joseph Scalis kahapon, bro. Bro, ganda ng discussion, no? Intense within an hour, back and forth lang kami, no? And
Actually, bitin ako eh.
bitin talaga siya, bro. I'm really sorry for that.
Tapos, may mga tanong ka pa na multi-layered. Masasagot niya lang sayang isa. Pero, maganda sana kung siguro nadagdagan pa ng additional 2 more hours.
Actually, yeah. No, that's
2
it.
more hours.
Kasi last time, 3 hours kami. 3 hours kami last time, tapos nag-away pa kami
Bagay.
about Trotsky and Lenin. And sabi ko, mariretag talaga tayo ng mga red. But yung mga red, magagalit sa atin kasi Trotsky and Lenin tayo, sila Stalin. Patay tayo dyan. Sabi ko, we are like the Dukha of the Dukha. That was a dangerous conversation. No, but what did you appreciate the most dun sa conversation na yan? Ako, may isa or dalawa ako na for instance, yung sinabi niya na phalangist right-wing yung mga Filipino-Spanish, oh man, that was a very good observation. Like, 100%. I have friends na mga old Filipino mestizo elite. Siyempre, feeling afam ako, di ba? Okay kami lahat. Gusto nila si Risa, gusto nila si Leni, ganyan. And then biglang, may sinabi lang ako kay General Franco. Oo nga, si Franco and Marcos, like, Hijo, you don't put Marcos and Franco in the same
Sino
sentence.
kaya yan nagsabi
That doesn't
na yan?
work,
Sino kaya
my friend.
nagsabi na yan?
It's like, Hijo, it doesn't work, Hijo. So like, whoa, relax, di ba? So, I don't know, bro. I found that very interesting. Also, I found interesting the fact na, all the thanks to him, sabi ko, yung sinabi ni Kipling na half devil, half child, better applies to our elite than our people. Because ordinary people are like us. I think we're given a chance. I used kasi Kipling doon sa opening ng review ko sa Mekong Review sa Sydney. I reviewed him. I reviewed John Seidel, yung 3 revolutions comparing Philippines, Vietnamese, and Indonesian revolution. Bakit nag-succeed yung Vietnam? Bakit hindi nag-succeed ang Philippines and why Indonesia is somewhere in the middle? And then book ni John Nery na radical. Hindi na radical pagmamahal, yung kay Rizal, no? Hindi revolutionary pero radical. Well, it was an interesting semantics but conceptual thing. So I started with Kipling, having this exoticized version of the Philippines. And then, no offense, dinikit ko yan dun sa coverage kay Duterte. Di ba, all these books about Duterte, yung mga very exotic, there's something, killer instinct, Filipinos, blah, blah, blah. So, I was pushing back against it. And I said, no, very simple lang. It goes back to the failure of the Filipino leadership. From right to left. And dyan papasok si Scalis. Because Scalici, what he proved in his book is that Marcos did not happen in a vacuum. I'm talking about the dictatorship. It had the buy-in of not only the establishment but also sections of the Communist Party. And we see this pattern again. When Duterte ran again, may mga kaibigan tayo sa kabilang kampo, sumali sa kanya. It keeps on happening. And then now with BBM, may mga dilawan na sumasama sa kanya. So, it's a pattern. And that's why medyo kapos tayo sa democratic maturity at saka development eh.
Agree ka ba sa observation ni Joseph Scalici na mukhang mahirapan daw mag-recover after that yung sa pananaw niya ay very devastating alliance?
Well, I mean, I'm sure Scalise has his own reasons and all, and I'm not gonna go into Trotsky versus Stalin and I think there's a lot of, I think they lost a lot, but I think number one weakness ng left sa Philippines, bro, you know this better than me. Ang Pilipino medyo medyo hindi appreciative sa aktivista period, right? Kaya nga si Risa hirap na hirap dati eh. I think Risa did a very good job of kind of rebranding herself while keeping her core identity. And this is a very good conversation. I want to have with you also on branding. So kasama ko yung mga Cool Pals last week. Kasama si Cool Pals at saka si Harry P. Si Magic. No? And yung second episode namin, which lalabas next week guys, ginawa ko siyang focus group discussion. Iniisa-isa ko silang lahat. What do you think Risa should do to make herself more palatable in the next cycle? Kasi she went from activist to kinda the more mainstream figure. Pero kapos pa, she still has to rebrand. One of the interesting thing that came out is yung case ni Miriam Defensor. 'Di ba? Parang dati baliw lang tingin sa kanya. And then inangkin niya yan. Tapos yung stupid is forever. And then parang 'di ba Karen siya, tapos probinsyana siya, tapos matalino siya. It's like she kind of rebranded it in a way that worked in her favor or at least made her more endearing without really changing herself. She was still Miriam till the end. And I work with Miriam, I work with Walden. I'm proud of working with the smartest legislators in the country. Alam ko, ikaw kasi proud na proud ka working with Teddy Boy Locsin.
May hugot joke si Miriam, I think nakadagdag sa brand niya yun.
Right.
Pero even before that pa naman, nung siya pa ay sa immigration pa lang noon, yung media na mismo ang hindi tumulong, pero ang natural nilalagay siya sa mga covers, na may dalang baril, tapos target shooting. On top of that, ang galing na magsalita.
Right.
Yung vocabulary yun niya, yung kanyang sound bites, talagang sound biteable talaga.
Galing.
Meron bang ganon ngayon? Siguro pwedeng dumagdag. Pwedeng, kung, ito kasi yung hindi mo pwedeng i-fake yung mga bagay na yan. So, kung meron kang ganyang verbal facility, pwedeng gawin yon, mas makulay, mas maganda. Kasi lalo na ngayon, one thing na hindi mo kasi pwedeng planuhin is virality unless maggastos mo ng milyon-milyon para mag-boost. But what we learned sa advertising, anything marketing, you cannot make anything viral deliberately, no? Unless bayaran mo ng boost sa Facebook. Ang virality is a purely organic force. Di ba meron isang sumasayaw lang, isang high schooler.
Yeah, yung kwento. Yeah, ginaya ko rin yung sayaw na yan.
Talaga buti na hindi ko nakita yan.
Definitely. Mawala ng tulog mo.
Sinayaw niya, isang lumang kanta, my God, na kinakanta lang ng mga matatanda sa video. At nag-viral siya. At nag-viral siya for the wrong reasons kasi nakakainis daw, sabi ng isang noontime show host. Sa sobrang nakakainis kasi sobrang kontra-tempo.
Pero yung mukha niya kasi pinandigan niya eh. Pinanindigan niya.
Parang gigil na gigil, galit na galit. Tapos, yun.
Ito ba yung maybe this time? Ito yun, di ba? Yung maybe this... Yun, di ba? Maybe this time.
Yan, maybe this time. At yung part pa, yung bridge. Yung bridge pa, hindi pa yung chorus. Yung bridge siya paakyat. Make this moment lahat. Tapos parang may naninipa. Na kung tutuusin mo, wala yan sa rules ng how to make something go viral.
Yeah.
Siguro yung the oddity element. Pero, then again, marami kang pwedeng gawing oddities na hindi mo, pero alam mo yun, so, babalik tayo sa tanong
kay Miriam,
kung kaya mo siguro magpaka-viral, pero again, kung hindi mo nga pwedeng sadyain ang virality, paano yun?
Hindi, ako bro, actually, I have a slightly different take from you.
Yeah,
I think
sige, go.
very high yung chance na mag-viral ka kung magaling ka sumakay sa mga latest. So,
True, oo.
and then
So,
volume. The more you
oo.
throw, na medyo there's a higher chance. So there's a way to
Yeah,
game the algorithm. And I'm saying as this someone, I'm not claiming,
yeah.
medyo self-proclaimed naman talaga ako, but I've done like 15, 20 million views Facebook, right?
Mhm, mhm,
Sinakay ko, for instance, yung kay Robin Hood, yung urge niya, inedit ko in a way na mas nakakatuwa pa na yung kasama yung sa
mhm.
likod niya yung may bigote si Kuya. And then I edited it in a way na it's even funnier than the original. 15 million
Yeah.
views. So,
Hmm.
from my own little experience, napansin ko, kung medyo baluhura ka, medyo coops ka, tsaka medyo sumasakay ka sa you can have a more than 50% chance to get one viral a month at least. And knowing
Pwede
someone
mo
like
bang,
Miriam,
yeah,
kayang-kaya niya yan.
pwede, pero ma- pwede mo ba siyang ma-situate in a vacuum? Nag-viral ba siya dahil in, dahil marami lang furious doon o marami nagalit doon sa sinabi niya, or may precedents na kasi yon na may pinanggigilan ng iba yung mga tao at siya lang yung nagkataon na nag-build up tapos siya yung naputukan sort of nung gigil ng tao.
I think it also depends, bro, doon sa platform, no? Kunyari, the other day, pinag-aralan ko si case ni Speed. Yung I'm for Speed, yung guy nandito sa Pilipinas na kasama si Pacquiao. Yung bata Amerikana na nakakatuwa. Alam mo
Hmm.
ba yan? For years, nag-live stream yan. Now, he's the biggest live streamer in human history, no?
Mm-mm.
2 million views concurrent or something like that. Which is like 100 million, 200 million views over a day or so. He
Mm.
started gaming, ganun, like PewDiePie, ganun, hindi nag-work. And then you know what happened? One day, some of his friends videoed his crazy reactions while streaming and fighting, nilagay sa TikTok, nag-viral siya sa TikTok, and then refract dun sa YouTube, parang
Yeah.
nag-ricochet siya. So may mga
Mm.
weird na cross-platform ricocheting na you're kind
Correct.
of okay, you go viral on TikTok, then it comes back on you. So, ang dami kong
But
pinag-aralan,
again,
it's
which
weird.
goes back to my earlier point.
Yes, it proves you
Kung hindi yun
actually.
binidyo ng mga kaibigan niya, isipin mo, di ba? Kung hindi yun binidyo, so parang ano siya produkto siya ng accident eh. Kung hindi yun binidyo ng mga kaibigan niya, so ibig sabihin, hindi niya sinadya yun. Kung baga, minsan, can you game the game? Sabi mo, oo. Pero kung may
Not
isa pang-
100%. So I
yeah,
think,
kung kung may umulit kan, do you think may ganon din maging?
okay.
Diba?
So you can get one or two at that level. Let's say
Mm.
class A, right? Pero
Mm.
I think class B or A minus, you can kind of replicate it to a certain degree.
Mm.
Kasi even si Speed, he's learning from PewDiePie. He was learning from other people. And remember, it's a classic argument of necessary but not sufficient. If Speed was not so exaggerated, I mean, look at that guy. What is really his talent? Sobrang exaggerated siya mag-respond and all of that. He just kept that for 6 years until he went viral. So that was the necessary condition. But the sufficient part was when he went ricochet on TikTok and all. So you're right. I think both of us are right in the sense that you have to have some basic ingredients, but it's about man meeting the moment. And the moment you cannot choose
Yeah.
it. You cannot
Yan.
choose it,
Tama.
brother.
Moment,
You have the
the
man.
moment.
So I was, for instance, kahapon I was reading this piece, New York Times magazine about Apprentice, yung show ni Trump, the Apprentice show, and how that show essentially made Trump as a presidential figure possible because they completely airbrushed him and made him look like a very competent guy. Like literally, for instance, there are times that Trump will choose the worst possible candidate to fire, and then they will retrospectively edit everything to make his choice look good by making that poor candidate look bad. So they did PR for the guy. And they did Gallup surveys of Trump before Apprentice and after Apprentice. Not only he earned $200 million on that, but his approval through US went up. So that was the necessary condition. But the moment came in 2016 when Hillary was there and everyone was pissed off with liberals and all of that. So I think it's really a combination of the man meeting the moment. So the least you can do nowadays, bro, is to be the man or the woman. Meaning you have those funny, authentic, aggressive character, and then mas malaking chance na makisakay mo yan. I mean, going back to Risa, I think the biggest criticism I've heard of her is sense of humor. Masyado daw siyang seryoso, right? And friends in media, I've been telling, I'm not gonna say, but these are big people. Siyempre, I work in the media also, everyone feels comfortable with me. And they said, Richard, Parang nile-lecture kami pagkausap namin siya, mga ganun. Like, wala
Ay,
siyang
hindi totoo
humor.
yan,
Ha?
Hindi totoo yan.
Hindi,
Hindi
yun yung
totoo
sa,
yan.
hindi sa akin ha, para sa kanila. So I said,
Baka pag ini-interview,
I don't know, I
diba?
don't know. I felt, sabi ko, so I defended Risa. Sabi ko, hindi naman funny naman siya. But this is, I
Oo,
think,
ako, kaibigan ko si Risa.
kailan mo siya
Nagbibiruan kami.
kasama? Kailan mo siya kasama?
Minsan magkami, meron kaming number ng ilang beses ko siya na-interview kasi noon.
Kailan?
Hindi pa siya nananalo noon.
But bro, kasi ikaw, bro, you're a comic, bro. So I think with you, she feels comfortable. But dun sa mga news reports, journalists, mga ganun daw, medyo ano daw siya, uptight siya. But this is before, bro. Ha? So I defended Risa and I said, look at how fun.
problema sa ano? Ano naman mali doon parang nile-lecturean ka? Di ba, isa sa mga journalists have the right to be educated in public.
Baka it's yung pagka-activista style niya, hindi nila na-appreciate. Kasi ako, I'm an academic, but when I talk to media, I make it a bit soundbite-ish, a little bit more interesting. I only have 2 minutes, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So I adjust
sinabi mo
immediately.
yan.
I immediately adjust. So you can listen to me a lecture. I can give 4-hour lecture, but you're not gonna see that version on TV. I only have 2 minutes with Farid Zakaria Amanpour. I'm gonna put it in 2 minutes, right? So,
Uy, kahit sila, Farida, marunong na sila mag-compress.
oy,
kasi
magaling
alam
si
nila na
Farid. Yeah. I've been interviewed by...
magaling na siya, lalo na nung natuto siya sa kanya. Plagiarism.
No comment na lang ako dyan. I think kasi masyadong busy din sila. They do, ghostwriting siguro kaya nayari sila I think that was not him, it was the ghostwriter. Pero less embarrassing to say, you made the mistake than you have a ghostwriter or anything like that.
Oo,
Yeah,
mas
diba?
yun no?
That was
hindi
it.
Hindi mo na, mas madali siya makarecover, pero ibig sabihin parang, ayan kasi, minsan tatamad-tamad ka At yung mga ganun pang maliliit na mga moments, yun pa talagang, yung magtitrip talaga sa'yo, big time, man. O, teka, may tatanong ako sa'yo ito.
Wait lang, hindi mo sinagot pa kay Risa na parang, kasi ako, I really want to get your point of view kasi
Hindi ko alam ang trabaho ko magtanong din, excuse me, hindi ko alam ang sagot.
This is a casual meeting.
Casual meeting nga. Ito bang ginagawa nung grupo nila, yung may, napanood yung Friends video, medyo na, wow! Nakita, I suppose, nakita mo yun, diba? Yung ginamit talaga yung theme song ng Friends. At yung mga dance numbers ganyan. Do you think ito ba ay epektibo na estratehiya?
Basta ang motto natin, casual meeting and radical pagmamahal. Bro, going back to this, I think the first challenge to them, and tell me if you agree or not, is kailangan nila i-reintroduce yung sarili nila. Kasi aminin natin, bro, bugbog sarado mga liberals and all nung panahon ni Digong. 8 years na sila bugbog ng both loyalist and DDS. That's hard, brother. That's hard, brother. That's hard. So I think they needed to pacut their way back into the agora, and then from there, they have to get innovative. So I think as a first re-entry move, I don't think it was the worst one. And important na nakita silang kasama na 4 para wala nang bahit na duda na si Risang leader of opposition at walang bahit na duda na isang genuine opposition na sila at wala nang flirtation with Duterte side or with, they're not with the other extreme side, etc. So I think at that level, okay siya. But that alone, obviously, no. You have to level it up. Hindi pwede pakit lang. And then, let's be honest. Can you say na Chell can pull it off at the same level as Bam, at the same level as Riza, at the same level as Kiko? Kasi different personalities sila
Iba-iba.
Diba?
Iba-iba nga yan. Iba-iba.
Diba? So, actually ako, sige. Kay Riza siguro nakita ko nag-recalibrate ka, nag-shimenot ka. But kay Chell, let's talk about Chell because Pepe Jokno is our good friend, right? Kay Chell, actually, sobrang bait niya, sobrang galing niya, sobrang talino niya, wala akong masabi. I think ang kulang kay Chell is actually kailangan niya maging mas, di ba? Hindi naman tulfo pero, kasi dapat medyo nakakatakot kang tignan kung lumalaban ka para sa karapatan ng tao And in terms of, as a legal mind, he's genius, no question. And he's a good person, really good person. I can vouch for him 100%. Pero alam naman natin sa Pilipinas, gusto ng tao medyo kontrabida, medyo Karen, medyo palaban, medyo tulfo, if I can put it that way. So if Chell can do a kind of...
May palag ng konti. Oo, may palag ng konti. Nakaka-relax kasi boses si Chell Parang, you're right, Mr. President.
Yeah.
Okay yun. Depende sa deployment siguro, no? Ngayon, meron silang radio show sa isang AM station.
Yeah, tatlo sila.
Silang tatlo.
Yeah.
Ano nga ba yung title? Medyo may pagkabarako yun siguro.
Na,
Naghanap
Ronald
ka ng
liked it.
konting-
Okay kay Ronald yun. Sabi niya maganda
magkaka-
yun.
At ibang demographic ang tinatarget noon. At DZRH.
Masa. Oo.
Masa. At AM, so, anong common denominator nilang tatlo? Wala silang mga bigote. Figuratively and metaphorically. Tama. Figuratively and literally, no?
Yeah.
Yung binabanggit mong sense of bargas, gano'n,
Yeah.
rough, gano'n.
Pitag. Even
Oo.
Robin Hood na nga, may ganun. No? Medyo konting urge, magpakita ng urge. Yeah, masyadong clean looking sila, no? They look too clean. Is it?
Oo.
Di ba?
Pero again, hindi mo kasi pwede pikiin yan eh. Kung gano'n talaga yung, nila. Posible ba na, sino sa kanila yung pwedeng juminggoy? Juminggoy.
Hindi naman jinggoy. Ganito na lang. Like, si Bam. You know my advice to Bam was, and this is on the record, yung interview namin siya last month. Do what Rahul Gandhi did in India. Si Rahul Gandhi ay mas konyo patignan sa akin. Cambridge graduate, konyo, used to date Italian girls. He's half Italian from his mom's side, Sonia. So, binardagulan siya nila Modi. And Modi is like Duterte on steroids, right? Gangster, chest stomping, Hindu nationalist. Wala siyang laban. And then what did the guy do? Sabi, okay, hindi ko na mabago na konyo ako. So he went on a national tour, grew beard, looked like rugged and like, you know what I'm saying, gritty, and then pumunta siya dun sa pinakadukang-dukang areas ng India. And then, after nakinig siya sa mga, mga complaints ng tao, and then in a very nice, he explained to them, alam mo, ako, Rahul Gandhi, kahit ganyan tingin nyo sa akin, nahihiya ako kasi ito yung legacy ng lola ko, ito yung legacy ng tatay ko, pinatay sila, ito yung sakripisyo nila, hindi kami perfecto, oo, alam ko, nakakulang kami, pero please, if you can believe me, ganito ang gagawin ka. And it worked, man. He came back so strong. He almost formed another government. And he's now a favorite to be the next Prime Minister of India. And he's just 53 years old. So what happened is, he became more rugged and gritty, and at the same time, hindi siya nahiya to remind people of the sacrifices of his family. Plus, of course, the usual populist things na, I'll give you that, I'll give you this, yung Enrile style na gusto ko masaya ka. Yeah, give it na yan. So,
nagpunta ba siya sa Nagpunta ba siya sa mga sick territories?
Oh, well, baka okay na sila after what happened to the mom, di ba? Baka, I won't be surprised in a very Indian forgiving way. I don't know. You never know. I have to check his itinerary. But he went really... Pero pumunta talaga siya dun sa mga... Of course, just for the purpose of our audience is kasi yung nag-assassinate sa lola niya is from that community, and then nagkaroon ng pogrom.
Security.
And sarili niyang security, Praetorian Guard na nagkaroon ng pogrom. So, I mean, just for people to know na gaano katalino yung kausap ko na magaling din. But you get what I'm saying? So, kay Chel naman. So, Chel needs to be a little bit, hindi naman tool-fanatic, pero, a little bit ganon. And then kay Bam, I think, kung may konting white hair pa siya, konting bigote ng konti, like kind of like older Ninoy, right? You never know. It might work.
Gusto ba yung salamin sa tingin mo?
Kasi
Gusto yung salamin.
Kasi mukhang goody-goody na good student, ganon.
Bigla ko iniisip. Sino ang...
Pero kung wala siyang salamin, parang weird. Parang iba ng itsura na yun, di ba?
Oo, naalala ko pa. Naalala mo ba yung time na din-face yung Wikipedia page niya?
Oh, hindi ko alam yan, ha? Kawawa.
Senador pa siya na to eh. Basta, pinakialaman kasabay nung kay Enrile. Enrile is the son of Skeletor. Tapos kay Bam Aquino, para is a member of the is a Ninja Turtle.
Tsaka ang bata kasi siya noon, tapos medyo chubby siya noon, di ba? He was a bit chubby, tapos eyeglass. Para siyang Jollibee. Like, di ba? May pagka-Jollibee yung niya, di ba? Pero now, he lost weight, he looks leaner, he looks a little bit more mature. So, I think a little bit of branding, a little bit of gray hairs on the sides, I think to help him. Again,
Brand talaga,
Oh,
no?
bro, experiment lang yan eh. It's you're essentially the same person, 'di ba? It's just a kasi ako, I don't know about you, Lord, no? But I believe all human beings have 50 shades to them. Hindi totoo na isang dimension lang tayo. You just have to know which aspect of you to accentuate depending on the situation.
Yeah.
Of course, some people are more successful in that, diba? But I think all of us are complex characters. It's just that we don't show that complexity in a way that helps us. So, like ako, diba? Like me, a lot of people got to know me. Not many people, but a lot got to know me as that serious analyst guy. And the next thing you know, may podcast kaming ganito. Next thing you know, nabardagulan ganon. Noong una parang, wait, hindi na ma-reconcile. And then they eventually realized, that's Richard. On CNN and BBC, he's Richard Hidarian, the professor. On podcast, is Bardagulan. And in person, is just another nice konyo. You know what I'm saying? So, eventually I realized, people can eventually accept na marami kang layers. Like you, bro. I mean, people used to know you as a comedian. I used to know you as a comedian. And then nung nag-meet tayo kay Manong Frankie, diba? Na-realize ko there's this solid literary side to you, solid emotional side to you, and then later on, so, ako ganun, diba? So I don't see as one. The only person I see only in one dimension is Ronald Diamas. Talagang balahura talaga siya, period. Off the record, on the record,
Yan ang Ninja
kunyaring
Turtle
off
talaga.
the record. Yeah. Yun ang
Yun ang Ninja Turtle talaga.
Shogun.
At tawag dito, complex, not good. Kaya nga minsan yung simplification. Minsan kahit gaano ka komplikado, di ba, parang kailangan ibenta mo yung sarili mo in the most the most flattened version of yourself. Ika nga ni Walt Whitman man nagsabi na parang, do I contradict myself? Very well, I contradict myself. I contain multitudes.
Yes.
Pero alas, yung multitudes na yan, siguro yan, yung mga ganyan, pinapakita na lang yan sa mga political candidates kapag yung in power at may kailangang ipakitang ibang side naman nila. Hence, yung may nagbubudots-butan. Hindi naman sa kampanya nga yan.
Hindi, tama ka,
Hindi
bro.
natin alam, ha? Yeah.
Tama ka, bro, but
Go.
in the sense that obviously it's like a zoom out, zoom in. Zoom out, you'll see complexity. Zoom in, you'll see simplicity. Ang problema is that maybe this zoom in doesn't work, so go for another zoom in. Do you get what I'm saying? Because Digong got the zoom in that worked for him. Yung balasubas, yung bastos, ano. But of course, anyone who knows Digong or bother to know would know that he has many dimensions. Not necessarily good, but many other aspects to this. In fact, paras kami ni Leloy, we came up with this idea na he actually copied General Luna dun sa pagmumura niya. So, may contrived authenticity tong taong to and nag-work yung brand na gusto niya. But there are many so feeling ko, kung medyo liberal ka ngayon, medyo bugbog ka sa propaganda ng mga DDS and loyalists, you have to be a little bit experimental, innovative, until you find a new niche version of you that resonates. And that means experimentation. At the same time, I see your point. You cannot also over-experiment. And I think that was the problem in 2022 for Leni, di ba? Dragon Ball Z, tapos too many, di ba? Di ba nag-kamehameha, di ba? Like, so I think it was too much. And tama si Ronald in the sense that, hindi si Ronald, sila Cool Pals pala yan. You cannot rebrand yourself way off yung coordinates of your personality, di ba? Like, dapat pasok pa rin siya. Kasi otherwise, mga fake talaga. It's like, I don't know, Mar Rojas pretending to be masa or like traffic enforcer.
Bakit si Gloria Macapagal Arroyo? Alam mo yung that classic photography, campaign photograph, yung para siyang dalagang bukid. Yung para siyang farmer, kunyari.
You sent me a picture before.
Ano to? Ang balita pa nga, first gentleman daw pa ang kumuha ng picture niya. Pero,
Daray.
mukha siyang Nora Honor na...
Yes. But she used Nora Honor. She used Nora Honor to her favor. Yun yung sinabi ng Cool Pal sa akin. She used Nora Honor to my favor. I don't know, what is your take on her? Because I think she's one of the most intelligent persons I've interviewed. And just to give you an idea. No,
Nora?
Not yet Nora. I'm sure she's great, but si Arroyo, si Tita Arroyo.
Si GMA?
Si GMA. She's quite intimidating, I would say. And that's something for me to say. I mean, I interviewed Mahathir, I've met Kissinger, like, so hindi naman tayo pichugin, but like, interesting. Sabi ko,
Ito,
Anong
May
take mo sa
isa-cite
kanya?
ko example.
Mm.
Once upon a time, naging member ako ng Film Ratings Board. No? FRB kami nagre-rate ng pelikula, whether it's A or B or C. A
Right.
or B, meron kang rebate. Now it's called the Cinema Evaluation Board. So, whether A or B, pag A or B ka, makakatanggap ka ng tax rebate, no?
Interesting.
Kami yung nagre-rate ng ganun. So, nanonood kami ng pelikula. That's directly under the Office of the President. So, one time, for a project, different project naman, in-interview ko si GMA sa Malacanang. So, nag-shoot kami sa Malacanang. Tapos, okay, pinakalala na, you're Lourd. Okay, I thought you were a girl. Ganon siya. Kasi, ibig sabihin, men, sa dinami-dami ng mga pangalan sa mga offices directly under the supervision of the Office of the President, para yung mga kontratang pinipirmahan niya, she goes through everything, pati yung mga pangalan binabasa niya. So, nakita mo gano'n ka-demonically,
Meticulous. Yeah.
My God, sa details. I thought you were good. So, ibig sabihin, parang, okay, every time na, di ba, marami sa atin, pinipirma na lang, hindi mo tinitingnan yung pangalan. Pero, fuck! Tindi mo, man.
Interesting. Interesting.
Oo.
Well, I'm not
Ganun
surprised.
siyang-
I'm not surprised. She's very meticulous. I'll ask you one thing, bro. One of the things I wrestle with is, obviously, I call it an Arroyo apologia. Nevertheless, I've met journalists, I'm not gonna say who. They're journalists, meaning they're not in the camp of Tita Arroyo or whatever. Their argument is, sana tumakbo na lang siya as president. Nung 1998 pa lang, may chance pa siya. Or, sana nagstay siya sa Senate. I think she topped the Senate race at some point. And then run na lang sa... Na yung kamalasan niya is she became the VP under ERAP and then the circumstances under which she became president essentially torpedoed her for the rest of... Like, you could have imagined a complete counterfactual where Arroyo would have come out as the hero, as a strong female leader, leading the Philippines in the 21st century. And sabi na, it's really it's a conspiracy of circumstances that put it there. Again, I call it apologia because she still had an agency. She didn't have to run in 2004. Ganun. And then 2004, pinilit pa rin niya. Then FBJ happened. Oh my God. So, parang na-double whammy siya ng FBJ and ERAP. And in retrospect, many would say maybe those two were not the best option for the Philippines, no matter how unpopular Arroyo. Do you get what I'm saying? There's that kind of a weird counterfactual about Arroyo that, again, it's an apologia to me, but it's an interesting thought experiment. And the more I think about her, the more I remember our conversations, how smart, how serious she can be. Parang, history didn't hand her the right path to the presidency. I think if she became the president under different... Or didn't become president at all, just stayed as senator and all, she would have been an elder stateswoman na it's a hero or something, liberal hero and all of that. I don't know, you tell me, bro. Maybe I'm being...
Ang masasagot ko lang dyan, hindi pa tapos ang kwento niyan. Hindi pa tapos ang kwento niya.
But that's the point eh. Parang she's not making it better. My understanding of her staying in power pa rin and trying to... Parang she's playing the same poker game with worse and worse cards and with worse and worse players. In a worse and worse casino. So I'm not sure there's a redemption arc there, to be honest. At the rate she's going. You tell me where's the redemption. I get what you're saying. I mean, I could say the same thing about Mang Johnny, which we can talk about after Arroyo. But I just don't think she's making the decisions that puts her in a position to redeem herself. And Philippines being Philippines, I think redemption is quite doable. I mean, look at it. Now, biglang pogi na si... Lahat ng mga ayon ng tao dati, biglang pogi ngayon, di ba? Dahil sa galit. And BBM looks pogi now, suddenly, to a lot of people. Like, are you kidding me? But you were the first person...
At biglang mapapaisip ka na, Dear Lord, please give him good health. Ayoko yan maging presidente.
Protect BBM, biglang ganun na ngayon, di ba? Protect, like...
Never thought I'd say this, but itong mga kilala ko.
Protect BBM, di ba?
Sana kompleto yung screw ng eroplano niya tuwing bibiyahe siya. Kasi kung president yan versus yan.
Yeah. Isang heartbeat away. She's just a heartbeat away. Just a heartbeat away. That's what I'm saying. Like, Bro, the
He's a
things...
solid. Ano yan ang sabi ni Trump about J.D. Vance? Yung itinawag na wheel si Vance. He's a solid rock. Tama ba? Solid rock? He's a solid rock. Parang ganun
Something
yata.
like that. Like, he's a good guy, he's a family guy, you know, but sometimes, you know, he has, his own idea. Actually, JD Vance
Yung,
makes Trump look good. Like, Trump looks
oo.
looks like the adult for the first time.
Pero may time na naalala mo yun yung time na parang hinaharap. Merong controversy about sa black journalists na event. Si Trump yung first time yung in-address
Oh yeah,
release,
yung
tama
sabi niya
ba?
black ba si ano or hindi, that was horrible.
Yes.
That was
oo.
horrible. Yeah.
Tinanong din siya noon kay J.D. Vance. Ang sagot niya, doon lamang masyado pong makeup dito eh. Wala naman daw effect yan. Whether tatakbo kong vice. Yung vice normally walang effect sa paging sa perception ng presidential candidate. Nasabi ko, oy puta, ano yan Hindi parang, hindi mo, in-undermine mo yung running mate mo. Kasi,
Yeah.
tututusin mo, hindi, ang tama, di ba? Ang anak niya ang nagbugaw sa kanya ng J.D. Vance. Hindi naman, di ba? Hindi man niya, in fact, binabanatan siya ni Vance dati. But I guess, si Eric ba si Donald Jr. yung nag-vouch?
Yeah,
Parang gano'n yata.
both sons, but also Junior, also sila Elon Musk and the whole, the whole billionaire right-wing club in Silicon Valley also, of course. So there was a lot of people behind that.
Yun, si J.D. Vance, kahit pa paano
Yeah.
malbas.
Tsaka eyeliner. That looks like an eyeliner.
Man,
I don't think that's
diba?
natural, brother. I don't think that's natural. I think that's definitely an eyeliner. But
Eyeliner, tapos awkward sa handshakes,
Yeah.
awkward sa donut shop.
awkward yung mga
parang
fina-follow niya
small
online,
talk.
yung mga couch eroticism, charo. And that's true, bro. I thought they were joking. I thought ito na naman tumawok, gumagawa na ng mga kwento. And then I researched, like, oh no, he really follows weird people on Twitter and everywhere. It's like, yung mga
May couch erotica talaga? Seryoso ba
I
yan?
don't know, bro. You can
I know
check.
may chismis that he made love
No,
to the couch
but
daw.
he follows weird stuff, bro. Like, meron din siya yung mga Greco-Roman, okay, I don't want to say things, baka mamaya I'll put me trouble, baka manalo pa yung mga gagong yan. Ay, sorry, mga mokong yan. Going back to this, Enrile, I want to talk about Enrile because I think he's one of the interesting rebranding cases. And since he's still around, let's talk about him now. Kasi I don't know, baka next time mag-usap tayo, things are different. What do you think about Enrile? I mean, he went from the ultimate villain to temporarily hero and then a villain again. And then he fell off the radar and he became the villain again. And then suddenly became the cute Mang Johnny, dinosaur, Jurassic, meme guy, ganun. Like, what is your read of Mang Johnny? Isn't he the ultimate Machiavelli of Philippine politics?
Di ba? Siya na mismo nagsabi noon para daw siyang, ito yung mga panahon na meron pang mga flavor of the month ang sikat na noon ay Magnolia ice cream. Sabi niya, para daw siyang ice cream. So iba-iba daw, depende sa season, depende sa temperatura.
Right.
Maging ganon yung pananaw mo sa kanya. This was even way before the age of social media.
Correct.
Ito yung panahon na bata ka pa noon sigurado. Panahon ng coup, yung inaaresto siya, pinakasuhan siya ng rebellion complex with murder, bagong-bagong pero ng panahon yun.
Right.
Tapos, taas ng rating siya after ng impeachment, tumupo siya, sat down as judge. Dadagdagan natin yung quote sa Batman, di ba? Parang, if you live long enough, you'll find yourself
A
becoming
villain?
the villain.
Yeah.
Pero dagdagan mo pa yan. And if you live longer pa.
Longer
you
than
find
long
yourself
enough.
the hero again. And dagdagan mo pa yan and you find yourself that villain again. So parang ganun lang naman siguro yun. Yung mga
Ako, bro,
stages.
if you really live as long as Enrile, you'll be a meme. Yun lang. You will be a meme. Period.
Correct.
Not villain, not hero. Just a meme, right?
Correct.
I think he's already at the meme level right now. Quite an
Correct.
interesting figure.
Alam mo, hahanapin ko yung picture mo na
Oh,
nagpa-flying kick ka, tapos itatabi ko sa picture na nagta-taekwondo si Enrile.
oh shit. Akala ko yung picture namin together na in-interrupt niya ako every 2 seconds. Loko talaga yon. Loko siya.
Bakit in-interrupt?
Kasama kami sa isang talk dati about EDSA, and you could see this guy was saying, who's this idiot, this young guy, he doesn't know anything. I was there. Of course, I was citing academic works about the origins of EDSA, gano'n. Tapos, gano'n. Hindi, totoo yan. Gumagaling. Tinatroll niya ako. Until sabi ko,
Tinatroll niya.
I appreciate if I'll not be interrupted. Ginanong ko siya, biglang tahimik siya.
Ulol!
Bro, I appreciate if
Talaga?
I'll not be interrupted. Medyo uminit ng ulo ko doon. Parang, akala niya makakalusot to sa akin, ha? But after that, napatawa na lang naman ako. But bro, I was very impressed na. Ang ganda ng skin niya. Ang ganda ng pagtayo niya and all. Talagang stem cell works. Ay, sorry.
Stem
Good
cell yan.
exercise
Ano
works.
yan? Stem cell
German daw German.
Complexed with genes, no? Yung nanay niya kasi niya mataas din yung
Tisay.
yung nanay niya mahaba rin yung buhay. Pero taga, one time noon si Enrile, in-interview sa nila Robbie Alampayan, Ed Lingao.
Right.
At pinaninindigan niya yung sinabi niya doon sa isang video na wala naman daw inaresto ng martial law, walang political detainees. Sabi, but you said that. Sabi nung ano, when? You said that, sir, in the video. You want us to show you?
He does
so,
that, yeah.
Pag na-corner mo siya, biglang, it must been one of my more unlucid moments.
May palusot siya. Parang Ronald Llamas nga. May pagkaroon. I think Ronald Llamas is the Enrile of the Philippine progressive movement. Think of it. I think in 50 years, Ronald will look like Enrile of today. Ay, hindi ko maalala yan kasi podcast namin ni Hey Darian nung panahon na yan. Like, or sinabi ni Lourd, di ko alam yung tanongin niyo si Lourd de Veyra.
Lasing ako nun.
Yung mga, feeling ko, mag-Shogun Toranaga siya. He will play that Crimson Sky strategy.
Nanalong Shogun sa Emmys.
Bro, I love Shogun. I love Shogun. I love Shogun.
Good for that actor kasi crush ko yung actor na yun. Yung nanalo ng best actor sa
Alam mo, bro.
Di ba, ilang beses lumabas sa mga ano yun eh. Pangalan.
Yung Last Samurai.
Last Samurai, yeah. Oo.
No, he's solid, bro. Ako, parang makrush mo silang lahat, di ba? Like, the whole set is pogi. Like, everyone is pogi. Even yung mga babae pogi. Siga. Like, remember, bro, ako, I'll tell you what, I had a weird theory when I was watching Shogun. Si Leloy pang kasama ko, nasa Berkeley ako nun, di ba? Sabi ko, everyone says that once we meet aliens, they think what will happen is when Latin Americans or Aztec met Spanish or Columbus, meaning two civilizations na completely imbalanced. What I liked about Shogun is, yung dumating yung mga white, mga Japanese, okay, interesting people, right? But they were not overwhelmed or intimidated. In fact, the Japanese were very powerful and they could hold their own. Right? So sometimes I feel, what if our encounter with aliens is how the Japanese met the Europeans for the first time? And it was not really you know what I'm saying? So I had the more, and the second thing I like about the Japanese is that they kept their traditions and history together while absorbing the West just to strengthen their own culture. So napaka-solid yung foundations nila. They are, for me, the best example of civilizational resilience. Their ability to stay Japanese while evolving throughout time. Now, I'm not saying Japan is perfect. I have issue with the misogyny, seniority culture. I studied in Japan a bit. I did a PhD summer school there dati in Waseda, etc. So I know, kaya when I go to Japan, I see how much more they bow to me. Pag ganyan lang, ibig sabihin wala kang kwentang tao. If they bow more, that means medyo. So I compare every 2 years if they're bowing a bit lower to me, di ba? No, but going back to this guy, there's just something about Japanese culture na sobrang, it's just guwapo. Like, it's just siga sila. They have no insecurities whatsoever, and they're brutal and ruthless when they have to be. Minus, of course, what they did in Second World War. You tell me, bro.
Pansin mo
Ako dyan ako
pansin
nagwapuan
mo
sa Shogun thing eh.
Pansin mo yung sa pagbaw. You know, every time pag pupunta ka ng Japan, merong certain groove rhythm yung lipunan nila.
Yeah.
Na kahit sa 7-Eleven, abot siya ng sukli, nagbabaw. Alam mo yun, nakukuha mo yung ritmo nila, yung nagbabaw ka din.
Yeah.
Tapos parang may mali pag hindi mo ginagawa. Tapos pagbalik mo dito, nare-realize mo yung kawalan natin ng ganon, yung simpleng thank you, pasalamat na ganon gestures. Na napaka-barbaric ng pakiramdam mo pag, diba, pag galing mo sa ganon at paglabas mo ng airport na parang, uy, hindi man lang, wala siyang yung invasion ng personal space, yung sa tren, ang tahimik. Di ba?
Yeah.
Yung walang nagsasalit. Yung pagsakay mo ng MRT kasi dito, alam mo na yung ending nung pinapanood ng katabi mo sa tren, lakas-lakas kasi nung mga ganyan, ano?
Yeah.
Um,
Ang dami ng mga nasira ng mga movies kasi nakita mo na yung ending lang sa katabi mo, natapos na lahat ng
tapos
Netflix.
minsan ayaw pa bumaba kasi paano ako bababa nito? Hindi pa tapos yung pelikula. Gusto kong paano, mga ganyan tipo.
Correct.
Uh,
Yeah.
in that sense, latimbat talaga tayo kasi.
Yeah.
At wala tayong for silence. Wala tayong for personal space. Mga ganyan.
Well, I mean, brother, I've been to, I don't know, from Cairo to Mumbai and all. I'll tell you, we're not the most interesting people. I've seen even more interesting people. Other side,
Yeah.
like, you think our taxi drivers are interesting? I remember in Egypt, Cairo, no? Literally, pare, this is Tahrir Square. This is a bridge. Our hotel is there. And I say, like, Habibi, our hotel is there. No, you're there. And then they'll return you around 3 times, then you just go back to the same place para lang magbayad ka ng mas marami. Like, I've had crazy. Dun sa India, di ba? Isa lang dadaan na unggoy or lahat bubusina. Like, you think Philippine, no man. Like, yung mga Bangladesh traffic hours, yung mga ganun, di ba? But you're right. Compared to Japan, I think everyone looks barbaric. And especially in terms of culture and tradition, yeah.
Ito try ko figure out ko. Hindi lang isa pero meron akong, ewan kang, na-meet mo ba si, ano pangalan nung hapon na yon? Japanese academic, nagtuturo siya sa Kyoto University.
Ay, okay, nagtatagalog siya. Yeah, Yusuke. Yeah.
Si Wataru.
Magaling siya magtagalog. Friends ko siya.
Hindi lang yun, men. Mas magaling siya magbisaya kasi mas matagal siya sa Leyte.
Siya.
Magaling
Yun
siya
yung
magbisaya.
second favorite afam ko. Counted bang afam mga Hapon? Anyways, semi-afam. Like
Depende sa definition mo ng afam.
A foreigner.
Yung ibang afam ay parang
an American.
parang
hindi a foreigner assigned to Manila. A foreigner assigned to Manila, pwede si Wataru, di ba?
Si Wataru, tinanong ko siya. Kasi, sa UP, kumakain sa yun eh. Sa Pilcoa. Hindi lang sisig. Mga laman loob talaga ng mga...
Actually, I need to interview. Let's do a series together with Wataru, son.
Pare,
he's an interesting guy.
So, kumakain ng isaw, bopis, yung mga lamang loob talaga ng mga solid talaga, mga papatita, sakali Tapos, ano yung isang Pinay na pagkain na hindi mo talaga kakainin? Sabi niya, hindi siya nagdalawang isip, champurado raw. Hindi niya raw magets yung champurado.
Kasi rice and then sweet and all of that.
Para sabi niya, sorry kakain ako ng lahat.
Yun lang hindi niya kaya.
Bituan ng baboy.
Interesting.
Pero masusuka daw siya sa champurado. Tapos,
sugar and rice.
After a few days, kasi di ba, paano sila vinegar rice? Tapos ngayon yung rice, lalagyan mo ng tsokolate. Di ba?
Pero okay siya sa dinuguan.
Wala siyang problema sa dinuguan, pare. Yung champurado problema niya. Yun ang interesting doon.
I find it interesting. But that's the other thing that makes Japanese unique. Because ako kasi I've spent in different parts of the world. I would say one thing I noticed with East Asia is maraming sweet sa food natin. Whether it's Korean, Thai, and Filipino. Parang weird yan. If ang taste bud mo is Mediterranean, you like sour. If Indian, it's spicy. East Asia is like sweet. Except Japan, right? Japan is the one na medyo salty, diba? Soy saucy. So they have a slightly different taste bud from the rest of Asians, I would say. Obviously, you can find me Japanese food that is sweet and all. But from all my experiences, this year, I've been in Kyoto, Osaka, Nagoya, and Tokyo earlier this year. So I've been all through different restaurants and all. Salty. Consistent yung taste bud ko. So, and then my experience is so different when I go to Malaysia, Thailand, South Korea, obviously Philippines. So maybe I'm not surprised that champurrado is what you found the most challenging. Ako, the other thing I like about Shogun is I think it sets the standard na you can be authentic. Like even yung mga words na ginagamit nila, not only the actors are all Japanese. Ayun nila yung, basta anyone, Asian looking. Hindi, pero yan, dapat Japanese. And speak Japanese of medieval time. And how...
Nasilip mo ba yung yung orig na TV series? Pinalabas yun sa Channel 7 noong 80s. Merong
right.
First version yan. Si Richard Chamberlain, yung...
so English din.
English yan, oo. At mas, alam mo sino pa nandun? Si Toshiro Mifune.
Oh, wow. I had no
Part of
idea,
the damn
bro.
cast.
Shogun din yung pangalan? Or what was the
So,
name?
ganda is based on the James Clavell book.
Oh, wow. I
Mm.
had no idea. So, it's a
Mm.
readaptation of an adaptation.
Yeah. Mm.
Interesting. Sorry, I didn't know
Weird
that.
lang, may mga parts doon na mas violent. May ibang parts naman daw dito sa bago na mas violent ito.
Tsaka, of course, yung
So, interesting
CGI.
siya.
Pero sila gumamit ng
Oo.
CGI and all na wala
May,
yung...
may, may tanong ako sa'yo. Sa isang academic na kagaya mo, paano ang iyong viewing habit? Ito ba dapat ay kahit ba pure entertainment, naka-angkla dapat sa magagamit sa pagtuturo mo? Or may random ano ka lang? Pero bago mo tanongin, pwede ba mag-break muna tayo? Kailangan ko lang banyo saglit.
Sige lang, bro. Sige lang, bro.
Okay ba?
Kausapin ko yung mga tao din. Dami nagchichismis dito.
Sige, sorry.
Sagutin ko muna sila.
Live ba tayo recording?
Live yan!
Live ba tayo? Sorry,
Pero I will
bumura
pause
ako.
this one while
Yeah,
we
okay lang,
are...
sorry.
Ipapause ko lang to. No worry. Go ahead. Okay. Papause ko lang to.
Kausapin mo muna sila.
Kausapin ko. Kamusta guys? Ayan, mga nagtatanong. Afam, pwede rin daw. Okay. So, hindi lang pwede puti. Pwede rin sa, okay, pwede. So Afam also can be like that. Gets. Balot daw. Okay ba si balot? Okay naman daw. Champurado lang talaga daw hindi kaya. Salad na pako. Okay to Salad na pako. Okay. Kung ano man ang intention na. Pako. Yan, pako. 1980
It's fern.
Shogun. 1980 Shogun. Yung sabi nila.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Maganda na. Okay, mga Shogun is love. Shogun is poetry. Okay to Dami mga nagko-comment dito Ano to? Manual lahat yung kotse sa Japan? Hindi Harsh. Apaka-harsh yung sinabi mo sa eyeliner ni JD Vance. Di ba? Totoo naman. Hindi naman legit yan Para ma-emphasize yung blue eyes niya. Taray. Ang hirap naman ng tanong ni Kuya. Pako fern salad. Medyo mahirap din yan. Parang na-challenge ako dito sa sinasabi itong mga taon to Ayan. Okay naman, mukhang mabait naman mga tao. Ay, dito pala sa TikTok, sorry. Hindi ko pala na-on tong TikTok, sayang. Mas makulit to. Ang ganda ng usapan talaga, no? Pag na-enjoy ko talaga. Feeling ko, in my past life, I was a stand-up comedian na nag-play ng role sa Shogun. Yung History with Lourd, wala na bang new season? Ayun, nga, no? History with Lourd. Shogun versus Manhunt. Wait lang. Anong Manhunt ba to? Hindi pa namin na-settle kung correct yung term na manhunt na nangyari kay... Anong pangalan niya? Si Harry. Hey, yung mga Trump boys dyan, relax lang kayo. Kung si Lord de Veyra crush niya si Lord Tornaga. Marami naman nagka-crush kay JD Vance pala dito. Chill lang, guys. Parang na-curious ako. Binabash ba ako sa Twitter? Tapos na ba yung bashing sa Twitter? Revive wag po. Cult following. Ay, nako, mahabang usapan yan. Hindi yata masagot. We'll just come up with a new one siguro. Something different. I'm cooking up something with Ronald. Tingnan natin, guys, Gusto ko sana si Lord din maging regular guest or something like that. Yun. 1 second. Uy, thank you guys 1.1 thousand na tayo. Ratings na tayo dito sa sa deep dive natin. Uy, no? Marcos to Marcos, A Tragedy of Democracy, Joseph Scalis. Nice. Guys, check niyo yan. Na-upload ko na yung interview natin with Joseph Scalis. Andyan na. It's 56 minutes. 1 hour. Pero sobrang kulang. Parang ang dami kong sinasabi doon na hindi namin na fully developed na flesh out. Tama si Lord. Mga 3 hours siguro yan. Ano yan? Nagkaroon po ng Nobel House? Ano yun? Season 2. Oo, may season 2 ang Shogun for sure, 100%. Hanggang maging Shogun siya, di ba? Siya yung si Ieyasu Tokugawa ba yan? Yeah, siya yung si Ieyasu Tokugawa. Yun, no? Yun, no? Machong Chismisan. May podcast pala na ganun, Machong Chismisan. Parang si Lord de Vera ang ano niya to, host na to. Sino ba to? Kilala niyo ba to, guys? Machong Chismisan. Ang kulit na to, ah. Taray. Season 22 na. Ano ba nung Machong Chismisan? Kilala niyo ba yan, guys? Oh, Ieyasu Togawa. Of course, fictionalize it. Actually, I wanted to say something. Hintayin natin bumalik si Kuya. I wanted something with Pepe Joke, no? Balikan natin si Pepe Joke, no? Oo, okay yan. Sige lang, sige lang. Andiyan ka ba, Mark? Tulog ka na, Mark Gambawa? Hindi na tuloy ang ano natin bukas.
Si Mark ba walang balak tumakbong mayor?
Ay, may balak yan. Mamaya pag-usapan natin. May surprise siya,
Lagi ko
obviously.
nakikita yan eh.
Oh, may surprise yan. Abangan.
May surprise
Yun.
Siya yung
Alam na this.
siya yung mata mo sa
On the
ang
ground.
mata, sa
Yeah.
Maynila.
Maynila, oo. Kaya lang takot na ako
Interesting
bumalik.
ang mangyayari. Uy, alam mo, ang isa ring maganda ring battleground.
Ano, bro?
Yung Muntinlupa. Yung
Ay,
Muntinlupa.
oo, bro. Ang dami. Gulo.
Piñas,
Pati Las
Parañaque.
Piñas. Yeah, grabe yung Las Piñas din, pare. Grabe. Actually, yung LGU mas crazy pa kaysa national politics natin.
Oo.
Nahilo ako sa
Tsaka
Manila.
Yung doon sa South kasi mga magkakamag-anak.
Oo. Si Mark Gambo ang ano ko talaga. I think, kasi magaling siya hindi lang Manila eh. Ba't yung ibang LGU, fina-follow na. Tapos kaibigan niya yung mga Diwata. Nandun siya sa birthday ni Diwata. Kaibigan niya si Rosmar. So, like, if these people run for party list or something, this guy knows, you know. Kaya sobrang natutuwa ako sa RM eh. Kasi kompleto eh. Andyan si Ronald to do yung Ronald things. And then andyan si Mark. And then of course, I have my own thing. So, I'm glad
Totoo
about
nga,
that
all
combination.
politics is local.
Correct. And personal. Very personal. Politics is very personal. Grabe yung personal fights ngayon, di ba? Grabe yung Manila. Woof. That's gonna be intense, brother. That's gonna be intense, brother.
Meron ka ba sa Manila ever?
Ano, no?
Meron ka sa Manila ever?
No, for some... you know... Tsaka medyo depressed na ako sa Manila dahil naalala ko si Carlos Celdran eh. Di ba? Dati pumunta kami doon sa bahay niya, doon sa may Ross Boulevard. Ayaw nga pala, hindi ka natuloy, no? Oh my God.
Ross Boulevard. Sa
Yeah. Malapit sa Luneta,
Iya
brother.
Apartments ba yan?
Dalawa yun. Oh, yung isa nung, tapos mamaya lumipat siya. Meron yung isang malapit sa Luneta, malapit sa US Embassy. Ganda nun, pare. Sobrang ganda. And then, it's like, yun lang nalulungkot ako when I see that. Kasi bumabalik
Ganda ng view siguro ng
Ganda, bro. Luneta makikita mo sa gabi from afar. So, I think if you're Carlos Celdran, like, wow, what an inspiration that is, brother. Oh, ba't di mo dinala si Dogo?
Makulit eh.
Makulit, oh. Parang si
Oo.
Picasso rin pala yan. Sige, brother, balikan natin to, Okay.
Ayan.
Okay, bro, kanina pinag-usapan natin si Shogun, nag-break tayo ng konti, nag-tito breaks tayo. No, ito, actually, Shogun...
Si Kamala Harris ba may aso?
Kasi parang yung J.D. Vance ng pusa.
Oo.
I don't know.
Hindi, kasi, di ba,
Let's check now.
si Trump lang yung walang aso sa kanila eh.
Trump doesn't smoke, doesn't drink,
Yeah.
doesn't have pets,
Doesn't drink.
doesn't... Wala, that guy is
Well,
weird.
you're
He's,
very opinionated woman.
may delay daw ng 0.5 seconds, sabi ni, yung disaster! yung may 0.5 seconds na delay.
May delay,
Galing. Now, going back to this, the reason why the Shogun thing is also very interesting, I think it's really pioneering is, I was with Pepe Joke in an event, history event, kasama kami. And sabi niya, he's thinking of doing something like probably Ilustrado era, na kinda Shogun version, like fictionalized real history. So imagine interactions or fights, fencing fight, I don't know, between Rizal and, I don't know, someone else. Marcelo del Pilar, right? Or something like that. Or some debate between him and Hera Luna. And then some fighting scenes. Yung parang cool cartoon type siguro ng El Filibusterismo, right? Si Simon, pagbalik niya, pwede siya maging dark character na medyo death punk style, di ba? Like, so there's just, it opened up a whole universe of possibilities. And you have young, very talented Pepe Jokno types really looking at, ikaw as an artist, bro, how do you look at it?
Kung ang fascination mo doon sa kultura na pinapakita sa Shogun ay, let's say, sabihin natin, sword fighting, marami bang posibleng ganong depictions sa ating kultura? Hindi pang ano eh. Feeling ko yung screen, yung fencing as it is. Well, pinakamagaling supposedly yung Luna Brothers, meron silang school dati.
Yeah.
Silang dalawa
Yeah.
picture pa sila, ang cute pa nila eh. Kung let's say kasaysayan plus fighting, maganda siguro na kunin yung elemento ng native fighting styles.
Yes. Good point.
Oo. I-fictionalize mo lang yun. Ikabit mo yun siguro sa isang fictionalized part ng ating kasaysayan. No? Hindi kailangan na hindi naman talaga nangyari yan. Pwede mong
Arnis, di ba? Arnis.
Yeah.
Ang daming pwedeng gawin, oo.
Marami pwedeng gawin. At hindi kailangan niya ng mga mamahaling mga special effects. Parang lahat kasi sinasabi na mahal kasi gumawa ng ganyan. Paano kasi basihan ninyo ng magandang pelikula? Ay, may mga sabog-sabog at yung mga ganyan. Panoorin ninyo yung mga simpleng action films lang na parang, kumbaga, incidental lang yung mga sa suntukan, sapakan, pero ang mas nagdala talaga sa'yo ay yung kwento.
Story.
Halimbawa, itong bago sa Netflix, nagulat ako yung Rebel Ridge ba yun?
Mm.
Para siyang may pagka-Rambo, pero ang ganda ng build-up, hindi over the top yung action, although towards the end, may suspension of disbelief ka na nga lang.
Right.
To use a literary term. Anything well-made ay magkakaroon ng suspension of disbelief. Tapos, hindi point yung mga special effects sa pagsabog kung maganda yung storya. Naniniwala ako.
And
feeling ko, aabot tayo sa puntong ganun na merong isang batang na madidiscover yung beauty and the lethal beauty of
character development.
arts.
Oh, character. Actually, bro, there's a large chance that will succeed. You know why? Diba, they did a study of Gen Zs. So the Gen Zs apparently don't like sex-filled scenes. They don't like yung too much noise. What they like is human connections, friendships. Sobrang gusto daw ng mga Gen Zs yan. And they're gonna be the biggest demographic and biggest market for a lot of movies. So I think the future is bright for creative people who are really into character development, complexity, friendship, human connections. I think the market is good. Kasi I don't want to be unfair to Gen X or my fellow millennials. I think masyado tayong boomer style now. We want like, yeah. And then after a number of Marvels and yung mga ganun, parang nasawa na ako. I don't even know the last time I watched those kinds of movies. Di ba, you were asking me what is my preference? My preference are Cannes Festival, yung mga Taste of Cherry. Yung mga intense, right? Or Zone of Interest. Di ba? Like, di ba? And now I'm watching Poor Things. Yung latest movie na parang Frankensteinish.
Maraming sex doon, if I may say.
But it's like a weird, yun lang. Medyo actually, I had to stop halfway. Not because I'm No, because there's different, medyo iba yung taste ko. It's like, you can say, it's not my taste. You know, like, medyo, it's a bit too cartoonish to me. But anyway, I'm a little bit those kind of movies that kind of shock me to my core without being very visually overwhelming. Like, conceptually at saka medyo intense. I really like intense movie. So so actually 2 days ago, finally I watched Civil War. Have you watched that? That's an interesting movie. You could really imagine if Trump wins a third term, a slightly more intelligent, younger version of Trump will be that. And there will be a total civil war in the US. I won't be surprised. You know? So You know, I've been going. I had talks in U.S. I went Georgia, South Carolina, of course, Stanford, Berkeley. I was in Washington. I went around U.S. this year a lot, and probably I'll go back for elections again. Like, it's a very diverse country, brother. It's a very diverse.
Oo.
I have African
Hindi siya
American friends in South Carolina who
hindi
said,
siya
"Oh, we're very
monolith.
different from people in the North."
Oo.
I mean,
Correct. Ang
so
ano lang doon sa pelikula, 'di ba supposedly yung kalaban ng gobyerno yung Western forces.
ng Texas and California, but Florida also
Yung dalawang
separately
yun,
had.
'di ba?
Oh,
Yung dalawang yun, I mean, medyo magkaibang temperamento. Well, sa ngayon nung dalawang state na yun. Ah, although sinasabi nila, marami raw mga Californians lumilipat na sa Texas kasi taas-taas raw ng tax.
Joe Rogan. Yeah, Elon Musk, Joe Rogan. Yeah, actually, I found that implausible that those two very antithetical states coming together. But I could imagine them teaming up, taking over East Coast, and then going at each other afterwards, right? Like,
Posible.
you could say a
Pero
second Civil War phase. Yeah.
ang nakakatawa lang sabi ng ibang mga kakilala ko nanood, alam mo, okay naman sila eh. So far, di ba? Nagka-problema lang sila. Nung dumating yung kaibigan nung taga Reuters ba yun, yung may bigote, ng dalawang
Right.
oriental na nagda-drive, tawiran sila
Yeah.
ng sasakyan.
Things went
Doon
weird.
nagsimula yung problema nila.
Yeah, yeah. And the actor there is very good. I don't want to spill the beans. There's suddenly this very intense moment. Like things go like oh shucks.
Oo.
If US goes fascist, this is how they are. Tatanungin ka nila, depending on your accent, you're gonna get shot in the face. Ganon kasimple lang.
Where are you born? Hong Kong.
Yeah.
That's in China, right?
Yeah, boom. Yung isa, where are you from? Florida. Oh, so South America. Kasi Latino, di ba? So you're not American. And then what about you? Missouri. See? That's American. What about you? Delaware. That's American. Like, and then you're waiting for something horrible to happen to those who didn't come from the right state or didn't have the right look. Like, that's scary, brother. That's scary. But speaking of scary, bro, one of the things I developed, totally new taste. I always say I didn't like fiction, science fiction throughout my. I never liked science fiction. You know, I was always I like history, biographies of great people. Mga ganun, like yung mga Alexandria, mga ganyan. And then, pandemic, because things were so surreal, I started loving, I went into Foundation series. I went to everything that you can see. Dune, I'm like insanely into Dune. And then my Game of Thrones obsession went like into steroids, Dragonfire level. Like I never thought in my life, siguro because I'm getting older, but I never thought I would get into these things. But now, naghahanap ako parati ng science fiction because it's so philosophically profound to me. Like yung Dune 2, I was in tears. There was I don't know if you watched it, but there's a part whereby he impresses upon everyone, I am the Messiah. And then he suddenly switches and speaks in the language of his father to say, I am both, right? I am an aristocrat. I am a spiritual Messiah. Like, there are parts there like, my God, like it has an effect on me I never thought I would have. At saka yung cinematography, and it got 100% rating. Like, I think Dune is the only 100% rating ever. It's insane, brother. And the Foundation series is amazing. The Asimov series. I'm so amazed.
Correct.
So this is
Actually,
a new taste I
yung
developed. I never had that.
Yung Triumph of Dune, na kasi galing-galing ng filmmaker, si Denis Villeneuve, no?
Yeah,
At,
brother. Wow. So good.
tawag dito. Hello? Chard, okay ba?
Yeah, I mean, I'm hearing you. I mean, are we living in the golden age of science fiction because of new developments and story skills and great actors like Chalamet? I mean, I love that guy. I mean, for me, he's the greatest actor of our era. I never thought I'd
Ganda
praise a
niya, no?
younger man like that. You know, it's like he's
Ganda yan,
amazing.
no?
He's
Oo.
amazing.
Pero, okay, yung pakiramdam din kasi nung Dune 2, meron siyang air of realism
Yes.
at air of foreboding. May nakakatakot na ano siya eh.
Nakakatakot siya.
Tapos, di ba, merong vibration na anytime merong existential threat sa kanilang lahat.
Yes.
Andun yung kalaban, pero may isa pang kalaban na nandun sa ilalim that's ready to strike anytime, ready to swallow you.
Right.
Pero yung ang galing-galing kasi ng si Denis Villeneuve, no? Kung siya yung director ng Sicario, siya rin yung director ng...
Oh, Sicario. Yeah, amazing. I love Sicario, man.
Nakaka-tension yung
Jesus,
Sicario.
yung last
Siya rin
scene
ang director.
na vengeance scene niya. Oh my God, that was like, parang you feel you're there, bro. It's like you're seeing real life execution
Alam mo
of
yung
a family is gonna happen.
pinaka-nakaka-tense, sa akin ang pinaka-nakaka-tense sa eksena sa Sicario. Puti nasa checkpoint sila, pare.
Oh,
Di
yeah.
ba? Pinost ko yung DVD ko. Teka. Yung nagpapakiramdaman sila, kasi may mga cholos doon sa isang kotse na puro tattoo. Tapos, ready ba natin mga baril natin?
Yeah.
That's the evil move. Yun yung nagagawa niya. Yung nagagawa ng mahusay na filmmaker.
You're right. Without ek-ek, no? Without ekbang and...
Without ekek, at pati itong sa Dune, di ba? Pag kinumpare mo siya sa, sorry, may mga Star Wars fans yan. For start, tinanggal yun ng polish at nilagay na parang apocalyptic air talaga na mas may lawak din. Yun yung triumph niya. Meron din kasing version ng Dune si David Lynch nung 80s.
Right. I've seen that. So.
Not his great, the greatest work.
Going back
Pero,
ito sa Sicario, bro. Sorry, of course, I love
go.
the protagonist lady there. Edge of Tomorrow, you watch that?
Edge of Tomorrow. Siya yun, di ba? Tama.
Siya yun. Oh my
Emily
God.
Blunt ba yun?
That was,
Yung
yeah.
Edge of Tomorrow ba yung Tom Cruise?
Tom Cruise and Blunt. Yeah. Bro, that was a scary movie. Kasi yung enemy mo is like, it's like, how do you defeat that shit? You have to back the time and all. They were like,
Diba?
oh my, that was scary. Wow, that was intense, bro. Like, I never thought I'd find a science fiction so like, wow, that's so intense, bro. Ulit-ulitin mo yan hanggang makuha mo yan. And like, oh, shucks. So yeah, it's art, bro. It's like art meets CGI and all. That's
Pero
incredible.
yung golden age of science fiction na sinasabi, meron talagang ganyan na ang mga authors ay sila. Of course, sila Asimov, isang bahagi niya. Pero mga Harlan, Ellison, Contrep, may mga ganyan.
Right.
May mga ibubugaw ako sa'yo, nung college. So, hindi lang siya simpleng issue ng kumbaga yung mga gadgetry nila, etc. Again, accidental lang yun kasi the best science fiction stories, lagi may sinasabi tungkol sa human condition pa rin.
Right.
Like yung Blade Runner is based on Why Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep ni Philip K. Dick, no? Na isang rin yan, science fiction titan din yan. At yun nga, mas may sinasabi again tungkol sa human condition yung mga kwento nila.
Yeah.
Yung gadgets and everything, nagkataon lang na naset doon, diba? Pero may sinasabi
I like yung
tungkol
human
sa-
condition very...
Yeah.
Speaking of human condition, did you watch The Power of the Dog?
Yes.
Oh man, that was an intense movie, man. That was
Cumberbatch.
Benedict Cumberbatch, man.
Yeah.
And
Gusto ko
si
panoorin
Jesse
ulit
Plemons, siya yung scary sa Civil War
Yes.
scene. Oh my
Genius
God, he was scary with that red like Mickey Mouse style eyeglasses. Oh my God, that was scary, man.
Si Plemons, girlfriend niya yata o asawa ba niya si Kirsten Dunst. Tama?
I don't know, let me Google.
Oo, kaya so. Pero ito yung interesting yung Lee Miller on which her name was based.
Married sila 2
Totoong-
years ago lang ni Kristen Dunst. Yeah.
Yung totoong Lee Miller na supposedly Great War photographer, una raw na dumating doon sa Dachau after the liberation. Mas malalim pa yung contribution niya, sa kultura than just a war correspondent,
Yeah.
Isa siya sa mga muses noong surrealist movement noong Paris. Noong heyday sila Picasso, nila André Breton.
Right.
Nag-collaborate siya with the likes of Jean Genet, ng pangalan itong isang filmmaker na ito. Basta, kumbaga, artist din siya.
Yeah.
Ng mga collaborator siya ng mga surrealist sa Paris ng
Right.
panahon na yun. Than simple. Pero, umalis siya ng Amerika kasi nag-model siya ng Kotex pads.
Right.
At because of that, wala nang kumuha sa kanya as model. Kasi pag-model niya rin ng Kotex pads ay
Na-cancel ka na. Oo.
Na-cancel siya.
Cancel na siya. Yeah, yeah.
Maruming babae na siya bigla. Grabe
Yeah,
nun.
back then was very like misogynist nonsense and all of that. I don't know. You listen. Speaking of that, no, kanina, kahapon I was listening to this Demi Moore. She has a new movie coming out about this aging Hollywood actress, right? Kind of
Mhm.
like in her phase in life, and then how is she struggling with aging? Although she looks amazing if you see the trailer, and it's very critically acclaimed by those who saw it earlier. It could be one of her defining shows. And then she had this fantastic interview on New York Times. I was listening the other day when she was talking about how she's over that phase whereby she has to match male conception of beauty, and now she's finally at home with herself when supposedly
Mm.
she's aging but actually she still looks gorgeous and amazing. At 'di ba may version na siya, 'di ba yung demure and mindful, meron na siya I'm demi more and mindful, yung mga, so she's playing also with Gen Z stuff and all.
Yeah.
She's amazing. I mean, Demi Moore is just
Mm.
like one of those, and so that
May
that interview made
ibubugaw
me
lang
think a
ako
lot.
sa'yo.
Dami
Mm.
mong bugaw
Ibu-
ngayon, nasa Cubao ka ba?
May ibubugaw lang ako sa'yo pelikula
Sige lang, bro.
about kung aging actress. Yung trope na yan, mag, fascinating din na trope yan sa,
Yeah.
ano, no? Sa cinema.
Very psychological.
There's this film called Sunset Boulevard,
Okay.
directed by the great Billy Wilder.
Let me check it now.
Ang bida ay isang supposedly aging silent film actress.
Right. So
Na-
Noah comedy pala
as-
siya. Noah comedy, yeah.
Pero may magugustuhan mo yan. Kung mukhang pareho tayo ng mga panlasa sa mga bagay.
This
Ito,
is interesting.
ang galing ng performance si Gloria Swanson.
Para
yan.
98% Rotten Tomatoes. This is a monster show. Wow, this is great.
Laging ano yan. At meron sa YouTube yata yan, kung di mo nagkakamali. At tsatsakambahan mo siya.
Oo, kung mahanap ko, bro. Yes, brother. This looks... An aging silent film queen refuses to accept that her stardom has ended. Wow, this is amazing.
Yes.
It kind of looks like The Actor, yung French na nanalo sa Hollywood 10 years ago. Yung movie ng The Actor. Diba? Silent din
Yung
siya na
silent
hindi siya
yun.
nag-transition. Oo. Interesting din
Ito
yun.
naman, may magandang line dyan eh.
Galing. Sunset.
Sabi niya,
This is nice, brother.
kasi sa silent film, superstar siya, no?
Yeah.
Sabi, it's not me that got small. It's not the it's the movies that
That got bigger. Yeah, something like that. Too big
baliktad
for me.
yata yung
Yeah.
pagkasabi ko. Anyway, pag napanood ko yan, ang galing. Men, ang galing yung pelikula yan. Gusto ko yan.
But yung The Babylon, yung movie ni Brad Pitt recently with yung parang yun
Hindi
din.
nag-click yata yun.
Hindi siya nag-click,
Babylon.
but there were like traces of that, yung parang a superstar guy who couldn't adjust to a new genre and era, and it was kind of like, and it kind of parang reminded me of the A Star Is Born, na parang, di ba yung character ni Lady Gaga is will jump on the new wave, becomes a superstar, and then that cowboy singing guy, siya yung maging laos na. So it's not only aging in terms of, it's also aging in terms of not fitting the demands of the moment, right? Biglang laos ka na.
Correct. Oo.
Sobrang
Kaya nga,
psychologically profound, philosophical yung mga ganyan movie eh. Amazing.
again, about it talks about the human condition din. At yung existence. At sinasabi,
Yeah.
yun yung mga isang leksyon dyan ay yung mga dinosaurs na matay dahil hindi sila marunong mag-adapt. Hindi sila nakapag-adapt, hindi sila nakapag-adjust. No? So it's not about brawn, it's not about what. At kung titingnan mo sa politika natin, babalik pa rin tayo sa politika. Yung mga nagtatagal ay yung mga marunong mag-adjust.
Yeah. Reinvent. And Madonna, I think, was
Reinvent themselves.
one of the most successful one. Wow, this is an
Correct.
incredible conversation. But we should do this every other Saturday night live. Ang dami mga nag-comment
Correct.
dito. This is let's think about something, brother. Kasi I think these are the kasi I think it's all
Cultural naman.
speaking of
Diba?
the human
Pop-
condition.
pop
So andyan
culture.
yung Hannah Arendt ko na human condition nandiyan, no? So no, I love yung mga human condition conversation. Existentialist kasi ako eh. I'm very Kierkegaard, Camus, yung mga, that's really my thing. You know what I'm saying, my friend? I mean, I was in tears when the first time we saw Kierkegaard's in the park dyan sa Copenhagen. I was just like looking at the guy for 15 minutes and all the emotions while I'm the first one. So, wow, thank you, Lord. I know that we promised just to have an hour or so conversation. I think Just like Joseph Scalise, na-realize ng tao,
Shit,
sobrang
alas 11
bitin.
na pala. Sorry.
Oh, bro. Sobrang, no. I'm good. But obviously, I want to make sure everyone gets good rest and recovery. Thank you
Mm-mm.
so much, Lord. I hope we can have this more and also in person. So if we can have you in person, tuloy-tuloy
Until the
natin.
next Maritesan.
Oo, next Maritasan. Pero parang safe ka today, ah. Wala kang masyadong sinabi sa politika. I like how you just meandered your way through.
Shiminit.
That was a very
Shiminetan
humanot
lang yan.
move, ah. I saw what you did there. Kumbaga, akala ko
Hmm.
si Ronald lang sleazy, eh. Akala ko si
Hindi,
Ronald.
puro politika na pinag-uusapan yung for the rest of the week.
Oh.
Parang iba naman.
But
Tsaka
brother,
ako din, yung commentary doon sa isang programa rin naman na puro politics. Para maiba. Mm.
para may iba. And actually, next time, I want to also ask you about power of comedy for or satire in politics. Because ako, you see me, I'm kind of adopting some satirical aspect to it because I realize it's very powerful. It's very powerful craft. So I have a lot of
Oo,
respect for
actually,
your stuff. Wasak, wag po, all of that.
meron tayong mahabang tradition ng political satire.
Exactly. So
At next time, pag-usapan
yun ang
natin.
pag-usapan natin. Sa susunod ng kabanata, thank you very much, the Big L, Lord De Veyra, for
Pwede ba
joining this
mag-plug?
episode. Ano? Oh, mag-plug ka. Yeah. Please. Yes.
Reissue po ng second edition ng
Oh, wow. Congratulations,
latest
bro.
poetry. Yes. Launch lang ng second edition. Kasi yung first edition
Poetry
literally
yan, bro.
mali.
Poetry ba yan?
Poetry, yes.
Yeah.
Cover by the great Rafi Lerma.
Right.
Tungkol sa, ito yung mga EJK relatives. Ang ganda ng mga mask.
Bro. Wow.
Yun. So,
Wow, bro. I had no
National
idea you had
Book-
the...
oh,
Oh, wow.
National Book Award finalist. Thank you.
Finalist. And just to be clear, this is from a multiple time, 3-time ba palang ka-award in poetry? Hindi ko rin
Lord.
alam yan. So, wait, nagpo-poetry si Lord. I mean, like many people get shocked. They know you as a musician. Although kakaiba daw masyadong music mo yun. Ay, ako nang... Or they know you as a newscaster, but you are also a poet, the heart of a poet. Thank you so much, brother. It's always a
Thank you,
pleasure to
sir.
talk to you and have a good and lovely weekend and talk to you soon. Maraming salamat.
Thank you. Ingat ka. My favorite, Afam.
And then Wataro.
Bye.
Thank you so much, brother. That was great.
Wow.
Thank you so much, guys. Again, that was fantastic. Actually, that was very healing. Wow, I didn't expect that. That was a very soothing, healing conversation. I really love spending time with artist friends, and you can see it brings out a different side in me, diba? Na it's not that usual bardugolan and all. Again, as you can see, I was a bit emotional earlier this day, but I was just not emotional like without basis. I still stand by what I said, that I think moral clarity and being clear to your core convictions is very important, and you have to be very careful na others don't use your stature or your presence for the wrong cause. No, so I still stand by my argument, but I'm fair. And in the spirit of fairness, I told some of the folks that if I were a little bit spicy or aggressive on Twitter, I apologize. And I'm glad that with the love of these people, I was able to build some sort of rapport. In fact, after parang medyo back and forth, I feel these people feel more comfortable with me if they see me in person. Thanks also to Jover and other friends, for forwarding me some of the materials which I reposted, including explanation by Leni Robredo about the context. As I said, I think it was better if the meeting didn't happen at all. I think there's always a polite way of saying no. I think a lot of unnecessary controversy now could have been avoided, but I still appreciate Leni making an effort to come out and explain things. So I hope, despite our disagreements and back and forth, we all understand that this is not about loyalty to a person, loyalty to a party. This is about caring for democracy and our constitutional order. So on that note, maraming salamat. Thank you very much. Thank you for making this podcast one of the best out there. We were number 5 of all podcast episodes yesterday para sa on September 20. That's a big deal to me. Not because it's number 5 per se, it's because it's a number 5 top podcast in the Philippines, and it is about politics and critical thinking and all. So for anyone who said people don't like critical thinking, people get bored with highfalutin stuff, whatever, well, thank God we have a proof positive na marami sa ating kababayan may paki din sa politika. And perhaps, no matter what disagreement you may have with my style, with my whatever, obviously, with my serious part, I don't think anyone has this problem with my serious side. It's more the kalog side or balahura side that people have an issue. But I hope people understand you have to have a little bit of humor or something like that. Otherwise, mahirap talaga sustain something as difficult as this. If every day or so I had conversation with Lord na ganyan, I wouldn't have any problem. I would love it. I would feel good. I would feel like a therapy. Pero mahirap pong pag-usapan ng politika. And I know for you guys, you have expectations, certain expectations of me or certain people, etc. We have people like Christian Esguerra who, are the kind of traditional, good, decent, respectable journalist and all of that. And I think he's doing a great job. There are also people doing different things. But ako kasi for me, mahirap yung situation ko kasi I've been trolled and attacked from multiple sides throughout the years, and sometimes really horrible, and everyone's ganging up on me and all. But you know me, it's like, no, right? No, you're not gonna make me take back my stuff. I'll fight back, and obviously, as much as I feel I came out stronger than out of all of those, it also made me realize that you have to bring some humor and palahura and dynamism, because that's how you sustain the energy and excitement. Otherwise, maging cynical ka, mawalan ka ng like ano to, it's not worth it. So thank you so much, guys, for your support, for your comments. I'm checking your comments. I see a lot of comments about directors, movies, amazing stuff. I read amazing stuff, great stuff. They say. So yeah, I hope people appreciate where we're coming from. All right, so um, I'm doing this my way. And so far, my way, thank God, has done well. We made this top 10 podcast the other week, where we have the episode yesterday, top 5 of all Spotify podcasts in the country. And if and thank God, and with God's support, we want to make it one of the best in Asia, if not the world, right? At some point in time. So in the meantime, tuloy-tuloy na itong momentum natin at ang pagmamahal natin sa bayan, and let's agree to disagree. Sometimes, we're not supposed to always agree. Of course, I think I'm right, but you're free to disagree with me, but let's keep it as interesting as possible. So maraming salamat, God bless, and talk to you soon. And also get back to you hopefully with more interesting discussions, right? Including with Lord de Vera, usapin, satire at politika.